Hello everybody and welcome to Spoiler Warning. My name is Tim and today, in case you can't tell, we are looking at Fallout 4. So I'm just going to jump straight into the game and we'll start talking about it. As you can see by my level, I'm a little bit through this at the moment. It got to the point, and it may still be at the point, where it started lagging on the menu because of just how many saves I had. So whenever I had tried to save, I would have to wait for about 30 seconds of lag to pass before I could save. So I went to load game and deleted most of my saves now. Anyway, this is Fallout 4. That is an Assaultron's ass, which, if anything, is even more sculpted than the asses of those weird robots in Cat Interstellar. It's so bizarre. Why do all robots seem to have sculpted asses? There's something about people and sculpted asses. Anyway, I have my nice silenced pistol. I have a lot of silenced weapons. I went for a very sort of... The weird thing about this is I ended up going for a very sort of stealthy melee build, which is a bit difficult at times. But that was quite fun to play, and then when it was no longer stealthy, I'd just don some power armor and kill things with a super sledge. So, let's talk about that button. There we go. Let's talk about Fallout 4. Fallout 4 is a pretty amazing game. It's one of my favorites. I have put 111 hours into this game. I have put over 4 days worth of playtime into this game. As you can see, I have rather built up the Red Rocket truck stop. This was going to be my main base of operations. I built a nice big bit over at Sanctuary Hills as well, as you saw. These are sort of two main ones that I built up, but you can see it's sort of... We're getting a couple of little lag spikes because of just how much stuff is here. My computer only has an i5 processor, it can't really handle it. A lot of my power armor is stolen. I don't know where it has come from. But apparently it's still stolen. It does not count as mine, even though it is. It's definitely mine. Now, right now we are just wandering around because I want to talk a little bit. Because the story of Fallout 4 is interesting. Let's go through the story. So, you start off all the way up the hill there at Sanctuary Hills. And that's where you create your character. You are living with your husband or wife if you're playing as the guy. I decided to play as the woman because this is vicious and she is awesome. That is the entire reason. Like, that's it. She's got a whole character as well. I decided that she was a particular character as well. She's like war hero and stuff as well. It's like, that's not explicitly said. If you like if you play as the husband, you're like a soldier and a veteran, and everyone loves you. But the woman doesn't really have much characterization, which I think is good. We'll get on to why in a bit. But anyway, you play as the husband or the wife, and you have a baby, young Sean, and then China starts attacking with nuclear missiles, and you have to go to Vault 111, which is where you have a place because, of course, the guy is a war hero and a soldier, so he's automatically put on the list for the vaults. And the trick with this vault, you know, because all the vaults are hideous experiments designed to subvert human conditions and things. I don't know. They're designed basically to fuck with people. But yours was very luckily not. You were in a cryo chamber. You were cryogenically frozen for 200 years. And in that time, someone opened up the pods, took your son, killed your husband, and now you are off on a roaring rampage of revenge to get him back. Only, I've already done that. I've done my roaring rampage of revenge. And honestly, it did not end well for my son. Anyway, this is one of the first places you come to. This is Concord. Hey, have you noticed me? That's always fun. Right, hold on. I'm going to go back into first-person mode because I always play this in first-person mode. 3. Nope, we want 6. 6, 5. I saw one of you go over here. So, one of the main strengths of Fallout, the Fallout series, is the VATS system. Where you can target an enemy, time slows down, and you can shoot them. And it takes away the careful aiming that is needed. Sorry, that's the auto run button. Right. This is an interesting thing I picked up, which is in one of the first legendary drops I get, because you get legendary enemies. One of the first legendary drops I got was this chest plate, which is a very good chest plate, incidentally. And the thing about it is it's a chameleon chest plate. Oh, hello. Haha. It's a chameleon chest plate, so it turns me invisible when I am crouched and not moving. And that was one of my first legendary finds of the game, which is absolutely brilliant. One that I got later was the weapon I started off using there, my irradiated super sledge. The super sledge is a weapon usually used by super mutants, but I started using it in this case because, honestly, it's a fucking sledgehammer that has a rocket strapped to it. What's not to love? I'm not going to go through the whole story like this because I do want to save some bits of it. Oh, fuck me. They've taken over, evidently. Right, I have... That's the wrong weapon. It's the right weapon. I've got all my weapons on quick slots, but I can never remember which one is which. Hey! This is my very nice silenced bolt-action sniper rifle, which is an absolutely beautiful weapon. Don't move! Oh, I'm in danger again. Alright. Yeah. So, like I say, I started off with very much a stealth melee build in this game. That has become rather more just general stealth build, and I'm getting towards the melee bit more because as I level up now, I am starting to look at... Ha! Yeah, as I level up more now, I am starting to look at endurance and things. You guys are just terrible at this. Like, usually they're half decent, but these guys are just running at me. Hello? Come someone. See, how far away is he? I cannot tell. I think he's behind that wall. Okay. This place was a great start because you're so low level. And it's full of raiders. And it's also full of mannequins. It's just such a terrifying start to the game. And I think it's an absolutely brilliant story moment as well. It really sort of sets the tone for it, in that it's very tense, very exciting, and there's just... You sound really close. Oh, is that Hancock? That's Hancock. That's my companion. There he is. How many shots can I take? I can take 2 shots at your head. Go on, one of them better hit. Yeah! Oh, fuck me, that was close. Head. Oh, come on. Alright, fuck it, knife. Knife him in the throat. The knife is a really good weapon as well. I got this really good knife as well. Most of my weapons are really awesome at this point, because of course they are. I am level 57, they should be. And so they're just amazing at taking out. They're amazing at taking out raiders. They're not so good against a lot of the higher level enemies. Although I am pretty much built for killing ghouls. But don't tell Hancock that, because he is a ghoul. Oh, you can use your AP, your action points, for holding your breath in this one as well. Yeah, shot her through the hand to kill her. It's a bit weird, but it worked. Anyway, what was I talking about? Yes, I can't remember. Yes, the story moment. This. So basically, at the beginning of the story, you are armed with pretty much either just a 10mm pistol, which is not even as good as this one, or a pipe pistol, which is nowhere near as good as this one. And you've got to go through this entire building, killing all of the raiders until you get to the top. This was a hugely sort of brilliant story moment, because I was just sort of sneaking through this museum and shooting people, and you get to this point where the dioramas start lighting up and things, and they go through it that way. And you just get in rooms with mannequins, and maybe one or two of them are raiders, but you don't know which ones. And it just lights up, and you're terrified for a second, and you realise it's all mannequins. And that's one of the best bits of that's one of the best openings to a game that I have played in a while. You know, ignoring the whole character creation and the actual sort of nuclear war opening, Concord, the Museum of Freedom, is one of the coolest openings that I have come across, and it's fantastic. I love it to bits because it just sets the tone. I mean, let's go through it. I'll meet you downstairs in a second, but let's go through it here. So it goes like this. You walk down this main street and maybe hide around that red pickup truck there. Let's do it through the sniper barrel so you can see. So that red pickup truck there, you hide around there because the raiders are all down here, and you've got but anyway, Preston is on that sort of little balcony there with a laser musket shooting all the raiders. You help him out a bit, and he tells you to come into the Museum of Freedom, and so you know you do. Can I get in here, I wonder? No, it doesn't like it. Looks like that's all for show. So he tells you to come into the Museum of Freedom, and you do. You take out some of the raiders in there, and then you get up to the top here, and waiting up here is some power armor with a minigun that you can take. You drop down there in the power armor, and this is what really sets the tone. After all the horror, the harrowing, horrifying sort of trek through the museum, feeling very exposed and unarmored and fighting all the bad guys, especially after playing Far Cry 3. Far Cry 3? Especially after playing Fallout 3, where, you know, you were sort of armored up a bit, and I was usually in Fallout 3 using, like, hunting rifles and things, and long-range weapons, and in there it was very close quarters and using a pistol all the time. But anyway, you drop down in your power armor, and you kill a few more raiders, and a deathclaw comes round the goddamn corner. And that is insane. That is such an insanely sort of amazing opening. And you just got to try and kill a deathclaw. You're in power armor, you have a minigun, and you are killing a deathclaw right from the beginning. And that really sets the tone of the game. It's all about sort of these epic moments that you really remember, and that really sort of excite you. So you get from there, and you know, the whole sort of Commonwealth is built around epic moments. And because you've essentially got a blank slate character here, those become character-defining moments. It's fantastic. Like, that I think is the best bit about it, is that the character is a blank slate. You know, you can do anything. You've got your 4 different speech options for each person, which range from sort of horribly mean to sarcastic and hilarious. And it's just a wonderful bit of sort of... can I get safely down from here? I don't think I can. Can I get into the church up here? I can, haha. Yeah, a range from sort of like sarcastic and funny to actually sort of, yeah, okay, we'll help you. I was always picking the very helpful option, because I am just lovely. And that's just what I do. I don't know if I ever went in here. I'm actually going in the... There's a short hunting rifle. I bet that would have been good at the start of the game. Ooh, safe. So yeah, you know, I picked the nice options because I am always lovely, me. As anyone who knows me can attest, I am lovely. And amazing. Oh wow, yeah, this would have been good at the start of the game. I know what I'm doing at the start of my playthrough. Coming through here. You defeat the Deathclaw. Preston Garvey and the rest, what few Minutemen remain, they go with you to Sanctuary Hills. And that's where you get the tutorial for the sort of base building stuff, which is all very interesting and good, but the main story has you heading towards Diamond City, which we may as well go to now. Let me just hit tab, and right, it doesn't work when you're chameleoning. That's my one big issue with the game, is that when you're invisible, you can't even see the screen of your Pip-Boy, which is vital a lot of the time. So from here, the game sends you down to Diamond City, and that's where I meet Nick Valentine. So we're gonna head there next. Just a nice little walk, I think, this way. And I think the main thing it does best is it places less importance on the story as a whole than it does on the character. Like, let me take a drink first, then I'll explain it. Okay, so what it does is it gives you the bare bones of a story. Your husband's been killed. Sean has been kidnapped. Go find Sean. These are the places that you have to go. You know, the story goes, these are the places that you have to go. Go to them, do the thing, talk to the people, do those however you want. And that's the big important thing. It's very much a play your way kind of game where the story is built around your character. It's got 4 or 5 different endings. There are 4 different factions. There's the Minutemen, who Preston Garvey back in Sanctuary Hills is part of. These are the missions that the Brotherhood give you. Basically, a load of railroad agents, not the Brotherhood, the Railroad, who live in their North Church. They give you these missions. Basically, a load of railroad agents are being attacked by a group, kill the other group, and you win. And then sometimes you can talk to other railroad agents. Is it you I need to talk to? Yes.
Excuse me. I thought with the Institute out of the way, things would get easier.
That's another of them. We'll get to them. First things first is the... Ooh, blimey. That railroad agent is not a happy railroad agent. It's just a bit of them left. Ooh, you guys. Ah, Minutemen. Fantastic. Yeah. So, the Railroad are there to help out synths, who are robots with human-like intelligence created by the Institute. The Institute themselves are an underground organization preserving the technology of the pre-apocalypse era, I guess. So they have all sorts of things. They have augmented the technology they have. They can create human-like robots, as I've said, like the synths. And they have teleporters and all sorts of things. And they live underneath MIT, I believe. And anyway, that is the Institute fighting against them as well, and looking to claim the technology for themselves is the Brotherhood, who have a big old airship that you may notice you can't see in the sky. That's because we have destroyed it. Anyway, yes, the Brotherhood are big old power armor wearing people who like technology a lot and use it to control people, and so I don't like them very much. This may have been... I think this was where the Institute was. And now it's a big old hole. If I keep walking, I'm going to get many, many rats. Yes, that was where the Institute was. So let's move away from there. Yeah. Institute bad for secret reasons. Brotherhood bad for control reasons. And... so I went with the Railroad, who were only trying to help synths. Although I think I would have preferred the Minutemen ending. Because there you get to bomb the hell out of the big old airship thing. And I was not able to, unfortunately. What grenade am I on right now, in fact? Weapons. Oh good, artillery smoke grenades. I'm going to show you those in a bit as well. Because I might as well, you know? They're always fun. Oh, have I leveled up? I've leveled up. Fantastic. So this is the level up system now as well. In that you've got all these different things, and you need to be a certain level. So, for example, my perception is only... my perception is only level 4. So I can't get Demolition Expert, Night Person, or any of those. I can't improve accuracy with a lot of weapons in that case. See, I can't improve my sort of control with my sniper rifles. I can't gain energy resistance. And, you know, I sort of can't do a lot of things because I'm not down at this level. I went for a very average build. I think I focused a bit on agility, as you can see. I got a lot of sneak. I should get that, because that would be really good. See, my ranged sneak attacks now do 3.5 times normal damage, and my melee sneak attacks do 10 times normal damage. Added to that, my current rank is I now do an additional 30% sneak attack damage, so I could get that. Bring up Mr. Sandman to its full potential. But I have been going more for energy resistance and things like that. I could do that. I probably need to get more toughness, but that can wait till next level. I think I'll do some more sneak attack damage. Right, this guy is going to take it in the baddest way possible. He's just going to die via tactical artillery. Did that make it? I don't know where that went. That's there. Okay, that's good. That should be close enough. So we're just going to sit back and watch. Hopefully. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. I'll wait for them all to line up in position. But I should have some artillery close enough. There it goes. That is what the artillery smoke grenades do. Oh wait, I'm going... Oh shoot, I'm going over there. Oh, it hasn't stopped firing. Oh! This was a bad idea. Can I go back? Go back! Fuck me, what was that? I want what you've got. Fuck you. Plasma thrower, bloody hell. Not even heard of that. Right, okay, I think they've stopped firing the terrifying artillery shells at this one place that I am standing in. So, yes, this is Diamond City. This is the second place you go to. You meet up with a synth there called Nick Valentine, and he is a detective. Valentine's Detective Agency. You go there, Valentine helps you find a man called Kellogg, who kidnapped Sean. He's the man who kidnapped Sean, and you find him, you kill him, you get a implant out of his head, because that's what the Institute does. It does implants in people's heads and things. And that tells you that the Institute used a teleporter to get people in and out. That leads you to the railroad, who they help you sort of figure out how the teleporter works and things after you do some missions for them. And as to the Brotherhood as well, thinking about it. And that brings them all sort of into the game, and then you've got to decide who you want to work for and who you want to fight for. I went with the Railroad and the Minutemen because they sort of, you know, you're with the Minutemen from the beginning, and you've got a sort of, they've got a good guy vibe to them. The Brotherhood feels a lot less like an actual good guy. I can't take you to the Institute because they are dead, they are gone. That big radioactive hole in the river there is where they were. I can go to Boston Airport though. This is where the Brotherhood were. This is the best thing, because this is where the Brotherhood were, and now they are not. And it's amazing. See this? This is what's left of the airship. After the railroad and you sort of deal with it. Yeah, this is where the Brotherhood were based. They were based in this big old airport, which is now sort of overshadowed by the great hulking shell, the fucking remains of an entire goddamn dirigible. And it's so brilliant to behold and actually come back here and see it. I absolutely love that. That's brilliant. I can go inside the airport ruins. Here we go. I don't know if I've been in here. This might be a horrible, terrible place. Okay. There's another one. Got it. This chameleon chest piece is very good. Oh, this place is so cool. The ghouls! Look at that. That's terrifying. It's terrifying. See, this is what it's about. You just... There's so many places in the Commonwealth that are just filled with ghouls. That first meeting isn't with ghouls, but it really sets the scene. It sets the tone, and then it gives you space in the story to just grow your character. Holy Christ. That was one of the coolest things I have seen in a long time, I think. Ghouls are just the best villains. They just are. Because they're just so terrifying. Like, I can kill them easily, as you can see, but... There's just something about them. When you can't as well, when you're not this high a level, and sort of a high enough level to just take them out with ease, they are a terrifying reality of the Commonwealth, and it's brilliant. But again, it's not about the story so much in this one. Even though it's a spoiler warning, we talk about the story. The game itself is not about the story, it's about the character. You can build up the character through the story. You can build up and you can play the story in the way that suits your character. And I think that's absolutely brilliant. I will leave you guys in this car park. We're going to leave it there. This was Fallout 4. This was spoiler warning. There will be an article to go up with this, so I can actually put my thoughts in order and talk about it as I want to talk about it. But until then, that'll come out at the same time. But you know, until next time, until next week. That's it from spoiler warning. That's it from me. I've been Tim, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.